Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be building this walnut jewelry box that has 5 storage drawers, 2 drawers with trays in it to hold earrings. There's 21 different openings in this tray, and a bifold door that opens up to hold bracelets, and a chandelier at the top to hold necklaces. The drawers are constructed using box joints in the back and a dado in the front. And the doors are constructed using miters and splines. Let me show you how I made it. So obviously this jewelry box is completely made out of walnut. This walnut is from my uncle down in Missouri. Most of it has been run through a planer already, so it's in pretty good shape, which is good so that I can rough cut it on the table saw before I go through the bandsaw, which for me, I only have 6 inches of capacity on my bandsaw. This piece, I'm going to try to cut this beautiful grain out of the sapwood, and this is a pretty thick piece, so I'm going to try to get all of the sides out of this, so both sides of the jewelry box will have this same grain pattern, which should be pretty cool. So I know I need 6 inches, which that's about right up here, and 20 inches in height, 20 plus inches, so I'm going to give myself 21 and just mark it out that this is where I need to cut. I'll cut this part off. It's going to go away, and then I'm going to resaw this part. I need 3/8 of an inch thick pieces, but I want to make sure I leave myself some room to mill this up. So I think what I'm going to do is run the blade right down a 9/16 cut. I'll do that on both sides, then get another piece out of the middle. So I've changed out my table saw blade for a dado stack, and we're going to make some very shallow 1/16 of an inch deep dados to hold the shelves in place and complete the joinery for the frame of the jewelry box. So I scraped and sanded all of the pieces for the main frame, the main box, and now I'm going to glue it up. I think what I'm going to do is glue this bottom base section together, making sure I'm perfectly square, and then I will glue the shelves and this divider in after this is stabilized a little bit. Now that I got the main set of the frame together, I need to attach the back, which is going to add some structural stability, and it's going to be the hinge mount over here. So So I'm just going to add glue up to the back of this, and then I am going to lay it on here and put some heavy boxes on top of it, and hopefully that is enough. The sides and the back of all these little drawers are going to be assembled using box joints. Now that I've got all the finger joints done, I've dry fitted everything, and I've noticed that there's a little bit of extra spacing in the box joints, and that's because the bases of my drawers are a little bit too long. So I'm going to just shave them all down until I get the perfect fit, and then I'll glue them together. Once the base and the sides are glued on, the front is going to attach like so. But first we need to make this dado on the table saw. Now I'm going to put a round over around all four sides of the drawer front using a 1/4 inch round split. I've already made a mortise for the hinge in the back of the frame itself. I'm just going to transfer that over to the door frame, and this frame needs a mortise on both sides, and then the front frame only needs it on the inside.
Yours is best. That's done. All done.
So I got the side door up, and it obviously has some glass in it. And before I put this one on, I want to get the glass in. And the way I installed the glass was I cut one of these little hinges in half on the bandsaw, and remove the actual hinge part and just use that to pinch the glass in place. I ran into a bit of an issue with these hinges. The screws seem to stick out such that even when they're all the way in, it doesn't allow the hinge to close all the way. So what I did was angled this mortise back a little bit so the hinge actually, I guess technically stays open a little bit just to compensate for those screw heads. Wow, surprisingly well. I'm going to finish the jewelry box with a couple coats of General Finishes Armour Seal. I'm probably going to do 3 on the outside faces of everything, and then probably 2 on the inside. And on the inside of the drawers, maybe only 1, but I'll see how it feels after a few coats.
And some of his videos on, it's the type of thing that gets reposted by everybody else's channel. Some of them have like hundreds of millions of views. They're incredible. Okay. And you'll
I made this little chandelier off camera using the CNC, and I'm going to mount it to the ceiling with a washer in between so that you can spin it and get to all the different necklaces. I also made a bunch of these bracelet holders, which are surprisingly hard to get on, because I can't get my hand around them. I sure hope you guys enjoyed this build, because I absolutely loved building this tiny piece of furniture. It turned out extremely well, and I really don't think there is a thing that I would change if I would do it again. I'm super happy with how the finish came out. This is one of the first few times I've used General Finishes Armour Seal. I wanted it to look a little bit like it was wet almost, and the satin Armour Seal was a perfect touch. This is a Christmas present for my wife in the year 2015, and hopefully this stays in the family, passed on from generation to generation for years to come. Now she has not seen this at all, so let's go up to the Christmas tree and see her reaction. I'm DIY Tyler. You guys have a good one.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Grief.
Open the third drawer from the bottom. The red ones are yours.
These ones?
Yeah, last has the chocolate ones.
Wow.
That is so
How did you make them so tiny?